Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again. It's been a little break for the end of year celebrations, and now we're back on track. So nice to see you all again. I'm gonna wait just a minute for more people to join. Okay, let's slowly start. Um, so welcome to this new installment of the Gossip News Flashes. Um, we have done quite a bit of work since last time, despite the vacation. There's been quite a few improvements on the message forwarding. That's kind of one of the big features. Improving also the contact sharing. We also have, thank you for all the people who tested the system. We got your feedback. We got the bug reports as well. So we're going to fix them quickly and publish a new version very soon. We also have started working on the SDK. So that will be basically um, librarize every layer of the system so that, for example, people could use just the data transmission layer or integrate Gossip inside existing apps in frames, in web apps, etc. So it would be interesting for people to use once we have this SDK. So that's that's kind of the basic changes we got so far, and we also improved. Sorry, we also improved a lot the display UX and performance, the way messages are displayed. So very soon we're gonna make a new release, and you're gonna be able to try this. So that's gonna be really cool. And one feature that we're going to prioritize now is something that's been asked by different people, and that's not very available elsewhere. It's to be able to how we call it. I would say hide deniably, I mean, plausibly deny that you have some messages on your phone. Let's say you talked with someone, you have one conversation, you talk with another person, you have another conversation, and you consider that some of them are sensitive. So you want to hide only some of them. So you'll be able to enter a password, and depending on the password you enter, it's going to show or not show some of them or all of them. And it's going to be plausibly deniable, which means that even if somebody opens the phone and runs forensics on it, there's no way of them knowing whether there is hidden conversations, more or less. There's no way of knowing if it's random data or just more conversations. So just depends on which password you enter, it's gonna decipher a different set of conversations. So that's very useful for some people who cross borders. For example, we had this request by quite a few activists around the world. So this is something we're gonna prioritize now. And in the meantime, we started working on the backend as well. So what's the backend? It's basically how do we transmit information from A to B? How do people send messages from A to B? And there's essentially two big philosophies out in the wild. There is the philosophy of, let's say, Session, Adamant, SimpleX, and these kind of guys, or even WhatsApp. They assume that internet connectivity is good. So you're in a country that's not censored. You're not censored. You care about your privacy, but you're not censored. So this is their kind of design philosophy, because they all rely on central, more or less central relays. Even if there's many of them, it's possible to block many of them, especially if you're in a country that starts whitelisting internet connections. So whitelisting means that only certain IP addresses are allowed, and all the others are by default disallowed to connect to. So more and more countries are doing that, actually, around the world. and it's becoming a real need to be able to still communicate. So that's why these other category of systems exist. These are BitChat, for example, or Briar. They use stuff like Wi-Fi mesh, Bluetooth mesh to connect from person to person through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or something else, and route directly through the people and not through the internet, because there's no internet. There's also something called pluggable transports. The idea is that, okay, imagine there is something that's allowed. Let's say email is allowed, but everything else is blocked. Maybe you can piggyback data over email. So all these kind of things exist, but they're a bit of a patchwork today. So we would like to unite all of this into one interface for chats, which would be Gossip, and make sure that Gossip uses the best option that's available in every case. So if you can route through high-speed internet without censorship, but with encryption, of course, it's going to use that. If you cannot, if you have to route through Bluetooth mesh, we're going to try to implement this as well. So it's going to be kind of a challenge to unite all these things that are currently not really united. It's kind of a patchwork. And try to make something that's robust in every case. And also at the same time respond to the needs of the people who told us. Yes, people asking, yes, there are some people attempting to implement quite a few things. And actually, I had the chance to meet the people from Call. And yes, they're doing great work. The only thing is that it's still a bit of a patchwork and a work in progress. We would like to join the effort. And we have actually submitted a grant proposal. That's where Call actually submitted theirs as well. To the same organisms, and our goal would be to try to create a library that abstracts away all of this in all situations, so that Call themselves can use it, others can use it, BitChat doesn't have to implement their own, so we can use a unified library. Of course, all these projects are open source, so we're going to kind of not steal, of course, but like take inspiration from BitChat, the way they route through Bluetooth, take inspiration from Call, the way they do the hybrid model, take inspiration from maybe SimpleX or Session or others, the way they function when there is good connectivity to ensure more privacy. So the goal is to get inspiration from all of them and take a step back and propose a general library that all of them can use. So the idea is that we can implement all the good ideas and try to be as robust as possible in every case. Of course, we cannot be fully robust in all cases. So we're gonna do our best in every case. But yeah, we're gonna continue talking to the people from Call, and our hope is that eventually we all unite into a single library that allows for all of these things. And there we can route through Massa Gossip, for example. We can route through Bluetooth, through other things. And from there, we can use all of it transparently, and the system would automatically select the best option. And people who build new apps will not have to rebuild everything from scratch like they do now, but they can just use this library. It would be the equivalent of libp2p, but a step above for routing, even in complicated cases. So that's kind of a general idea. It's not perfect yet, and we are working on it. So feel free if you have any feedback. If you have expertise in how these things work, feel free to send us ideas. Also, if you have people that are not satisfied with the current solutions, that have some issues with the current solutions, tell us. We're going to try to add this to our systems. Yeah, as always, the system is open source as well, so feel free to take a look, contribute if you want, if you have ideas. We welcome anything, and we hope for the best for the grant situation, because if we actually get granted, we're gonna be able to create something quite powerful and quite ambitious that many others could use. So I hope this answers all your questions. The goal is not to make these very long sessions here, but to just tell you about the news and where we're headed at now. Okay, if there's no more questions, thank you guys for joining, and see you at the next session. It's gonna be next week, same time, same day. Bye bye.